Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome to your July monthly reading. And we have a lot going on this year, so I'm including a high-level Astrological Zen-ergy monthly overview of the planetary energies that Spirit wants to share. Also have some intermittent videos here and there throughout the months talking about the different astrological energies and how to maintain the most zen as we ride those astrological energy waves. And this tarot oracle card reading that we're going to do is for wherever this zodiac sign appears in your chart, whether that's your sun, your moon, your rising sign, your Mars, your Venus, wherever. So here's a quick reference of what planet generally rules over what area of your life, so you can see where this reading will most impact you. And you can actually, choose the zodiac sign for whatever of those areas and get a lot of detail. These monthlies are normally out a couple weeks before the beginning of the following month, so you can make the most of those astrological energies. Alrighty then, well, let's take a look at the Astrological Zen-ergy for the month of July. Let's start by looking at the energy that we're coming into the month with. We talk a lot about retrogrades, and the outer planet retrogrades impact us generally and our entire collective, where the personal planets, when they're, the closer ones, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, more impact us on a daily basis more extremely because they're closer to us. So we talked about launch time last month, which is a great time for launching new things because those inner planets are in a beautiful, they're all direct, and so they're not in retrograde, challenging us, launching things out into the world. So the incoming tide, though, is changing here this month as Mercury goes into its pre-shadow on July 17th. So that's kind of the date that we're like, all right, things are going to start to become a little more challenging to launch, and they'll be short term. And we'll talk more about that in, throughout the month too. So Pluto and Saturn are in their retrograde coming into the month, and Uranus is in their pre-shadow to their retrograde, which means we're already beginning to experience the energy of their retrogrades, but at a less intense level with the pre-shadow. I do have Zen-ergy videos already for all of these retrogrades and general information about retrogrades, just how they work and to make the most of them. If you want to check out my Astrological Zen-ergy playlist, I have that listed in the description box of the video down below, and it'll also be linked at the end of the video. I also have videos about Neptune, Chiron, and Mercury retrogrades included in that playlist, which have all of those three listed. And I plan on having an additional video about the Jupiter pre-shadow and retrograde by the end of June or early July. So keep an eye out for that as well if you'd like to prepare for that energy. All right, so on July 2nd, Neptune goes into its full retrograde. It had been in its pre-shadow since March 11th of this year, and it will be in retrograde in Pisces for a little period of time until December 7th when it starts going direct, and it'll be in its post-shadow till March 28th of 2025. Like I said, we covered the impacts of this energy in the video for the pre-shadow, so check that out for details on how to ground yourself for this powerful spiritual energy. As I mentioned, links to the playlist are down below and at the end of this video. On July 5th, we have a new moon in Cancer. So when the moon is in this cardinal water sign, it's when she's at her most nurturing. Mother Luna rules over the sign of Cancer. So the themes of home and family and children and mothers and mothering take center stage. We're more likely to express emotions outwardly as well. We might have a renewed spark to take care of others, whether that's cooking or cuddling or some other form, and most likely in our own love language, whether that's words, touch, time, service, or gifts. So we can, make sure that we're giving love in the way of other people's love language, not our own, but we're more, likely to give it in our own love language. So make sure to check out the Pick a Card when it comes out the week before the new moon, because I'll talk about how to make the most of the 10 new moon wishes. And then on July 15th, Jupiter enters its pre-shadow retrograde, and it's going to be in that pre-shadow until it goes full retrograde in Gemini on October 9th. And it's going to be in there until February 4th, when it goes direct, and it'll be in its post-shadow period until April 30th of 2025. So energy is going to be with us for a little bit. And this Jupiter energy normally nudges us to be outgoing, idealistic, and forward-thinking, but when it goes retrograde, we're kind of cosmically drawn to some intense introspection. And as I mentioned earlier, I plan on having a video out late June, early July on this energy, so keep an eye out for that video posting. And then on July 17th, Mercury goes into its pre-shadow for its retrograde. And, Mercury goes into retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. And we're in retrogrades like half of our life anyway. So it's just good to be aware of how to use the most of this Mercury retrograde energy, because there are some positive things, which we'll talk about. And that I mentioned in a previous retrograde video with Mercury, which is... Yep, it's in the playlist. So the link at the bottom and at the end of the video. So anyway, we start off in Leo, Mercury in Leo with the pre-shadow, and it actually dips into Virgo a little bit. But then when we go into retrograde on August 4th, during the retrograde, it goes back into Leo until it goes direct on August 28th, and it'll be in its post-shadow until 9/11 of 2024. Then it'll eventually get back into Virgo. The Leo fire energy, with this Mercury being over communication, it makes us want to communicate specifically, leaving no room for doubt in what we're wanting. And when it dips back into Virgo energy, we go into a grounded, earthy energy, but with a logical and rational emphasis on our thinking and communication. But we don't stay there too long. It's just July 26th to August 15th is when we're in the Virgo, and then, of course, we go out of that into Leo. Then on July 21st, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Wait, Bretta Zen, wasn't the last full moon in Capricorn already? Yep, it sure was. You are right. Sometimes the sign of the full moon can repeat 2 months in a row. Because this is the moon at her most organized and practical and businesslike, maybe we were wanting to get stuff done this month. Who knows? But we'll continue to double down on doing the work and focusing on our future goals, organizing, and tasking. We'll maybe have this desire to declutter and organize any area of our lives that feels kind of scattered, disrupted, or disorganized. Some great energy to get her done, you know what I'm saying? So make sure to check out the Pick a Card for this full moon that will come out about a week before, as this will also help making the most of the release energy of this full moon. And then on July 22nd, we enter Leo season, so happy birthday to all you Leo sun babies. So Leo season brings an opportunity to grow greater confidence, playfulness, and to roar about what's in our heart. So the sun rules over Leo and oversees our self-image, our confidence, our identity. So it's not a surprise that Leo season encourages us to foster and embrace your sense of self. We can find new ways to process emotions through enhanced self-expression, igniting us with proactivity and optimism to strongly seek our dreams. I create a Pick a Card around each sun season, and I include a bonus 3-month forecast for the sun babies for that season. So for all you Leos, check that out. And for anyone that was in Cancer sun sign, make sure to check out the previous Pick a Card as well. And then you can see what comes out. It usually comes out about a week before the Leo season actually starts on July 22nd. And then July 23rd, Chiron goes into retrograde. It's been in its pre-shadow since April 2nd. It is, in Aries as it goes through its retrograde, and it'll go direct on December 29th of this year, and it'll be in its post shadow until April 21st of next year. And yes, I have a video for the Chiron retrograde, as I mentioned, so be sure to check that out and see how to make the most of this wounded warrior energy. All right, so those are the energies, the basic energies that I felt led to share that we will all face as a collective. But as always, depending upon your individual birth chart, it'll impact us differently. We are all amazing soup that has flavors that are activated differently when they react to the astrological energy that trickles upon the earth. So, just be aware that it does impact us all a little differently. Alrighty, well, let's see what Spirit wants you to know through the Oracle and Tarot card reading. And here's all the decks that I'm going to be using this time. What I do is I take a tarot deck. In this case, I'm going to use the Arcanus Animal Tarot. And I split up the major arcana from the four suits of the minor arcana. I'm going to use the Archangel Oracle along with the major arcana to get the overall energy for the month. And then the minor arcana will use these four others to find out the different areas of our energy and our earth and energy, actually earth energy over here, our mind and the emotions. So we will go through all of these. And so if you're interested in any of them, you know what they look like. I'm not affiliated with any of them, but I know when I see readings myself, that's why I end up with so many decks, because I love all of them. All right, let's find out what Spirit wants you to know for your sign. All right, Cancer signs, this is your reading for the month of July, and we're going to start pulling from the major arcana, see the overall energy, and of course, for all of you, we're entering July in Cancer season, so happy birthday to all of you Cancer signs who have a birthday in July, and happy belated to those that had it in June. And let's see what energies they have for you for this month. So let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. All right, there we go. So your overall energy, all right, Wheel of Fortune. So it's a very fortunate card, of course, because it's the Wheel of the Tune of For You. So it does tell right off the bat that the big message is that everything that happens in our life truly does happen for us. Just sometimes our human goes, how is that for me? And but when this card comes out, this is even our human is looking at it as, wow, I see how this is for me. So it's a very auspicious card for you for this month of June. So we like that. And then we'll take a look here too and just see what Archangel is going to help you and be by your side during the month of July. All right. So what else for those that chose Cancer here? All right. Not chose Cancer, but are Cancer signs. Well, you did choose it ultimately, right? Before you came down here, and you got Gabriel coming in here. And Gabriel, divine emergence. So it's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and your gifts. Beautiful card to come in together here. And let's see here. All right, so Gabriel, sometimes Gabriel, strength of God, is the archangel who appeared to Mother Mary and announced the coming birth of Jesus Christ. When she revealed herself, her message was clear. Do not be afraid, for I am an angel of God. And in those times, spiritual gifts and encounters were reserved mainly for men in positions of power, such as priests or rabbis. So Gabriel was reassuring Mary. She is the angel of the ultimate girl power and the one who helps us trust in our gifts. The divine counterpart of hope, she's considered to be the angel of mothers and good news because of her connection with Mary. The message they bring: you are blessed to receive this card today, for it brings good news and energy to your world. I know, definitely great news here. You may have found yourself in retreat, hidden from the world, or revealing certain aspects of yourself and your gifts because your past experiences left you feeling vulnerable and exposed. Gabriel's here to help you move into a newfound space of love and trust. The world is ready for you, and it needs you in all of your glory. Angels are here now to remind you that the worst is over and things can only get better and better for you. If you feel any resistance to emerging either internally or from outer resources, know that it's only the final hurdle to clear before your ascent into greatness. Any resistance is really just an opportunity to demonstrate how ready you are for the next phase of your life. You were born to own your power. Do not be afraid. So what a great card here. Both of these, the wheels of fate turning, bringing in amazing things into your life. So we'll get more details here, of course, as we dive into the minor arcana, which represent the 4 different areas of our life and the 4 elements. The first element is fire, and is the suit of wands. It represents your drive, your passion, your inspiration, and we'll see what else they want you to know about your energetic adventure during the month of July. So for Cancer signs, what is their energetic adventure for the month of July, please? All right, they do want this card here. And you've got the 4 of Wands. You got energetic stability coming in. This is joy. This is celebration, gatherings. It could be like weddings and different things that are coming in. So there is this reward feeling around all this. The gifts that are coming in aren't, this is about having something given. But it's very much stability in the month around all of your energies. And so where you might have felt like all over the place here in the recent past, this is about this coming together and this balancing out, and any static-y type of energy feels like a radio. It's like in the olden days, you used to have to manually, turn a knob to find the radio station. Now it automatically finds it and zooms in and brings in the strongest signal. Before, you had to manually have that signal, and it's like suddenly where there's static and trying to, that's my imitation of static, finding the radio station. Suddenly, boom, you connect and there's a song and you're dancing, you're having fun. So the frequency is balanced and very, very clear here in the month of July. We'll also pull here from the Divine Guidance Oracle, and these are fractal imaging, so I call them spiritual ink blot test. Whatever you see in the card when it comes out is a special message for you, but we'll also check with Cheryl Lee Harnish, who created the deck, and she's got a great YouTube channel if you want to check her out too. And then we'll see what she channeled through the card. So here we go. So here is your card. And we'll just zero in here. Card 33, a master number. We'll put them down here. And let's see what we have here. And this is the Lion Guide. So Lion Guide is here to help you awaken the sleeping lion that lies within you. Your inner lion is powerful, resourceful, and mighty. You really do hold the strength and courage to do what needs to be done, and it's time to let the world hear you roar. And Lion Guide is here to help you realize that you do rule your inner and outer worlds, and to energetically claim your throne as the rightful ruler of your kingdom. Once you do, you will step into your role as a leader with ease. Yeah. So definitely guiding and helping others here. You're stepping into this power this month And it's making you prominent. It's bringing you forward. And I know if you're an introvert, you're like, oh my God, but you can do it. You don't have to do it in front of large groups, but this is about walking life differently. With the master numbers for me, master number 11 is like learning your human experience, and 22 is learning you're so much more than the human, that there's two of you, you're the character you're playing, the actor behind the character, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. You add those two together, they walk hand in hand, walk through life in a very different way, a very balanced way, right? But in a way that just feels like you're walking on sunshine, you're walking in your dream, because you have the human side with higher knowledge and connection to the spirit world that really helps you with all that. So I love that for you. And then we move into the element of earth. This is the only one that's about the outside world. Energy is inward. We're going to talk about thoughts and emotions, which are inward, but this is about your physical experience in the outside world. You know, these individuals who are on stage with you, your physical body, your possessions, all that in the outside world. So this is your physical experience during the month of July. Another four pentacles, a month of stability coming in here. It's the card of home, this feeling of home, which I like, but it's stability again, force. Think of four huge legs on a table, makes it a very, very solid foundation. And the four walls of the outside world make me feel like home as well, you know. So I like the stability coming in with all of this here. Feels like a very solid month with all of this energy. Let's take a look here with this Earth Magic Oracle, see what else I want you to know around this outside world. So what else for those? Our Cancer signs. I was thinking feels like Taurus energy to me. Very solid foundation here. And here's this power again, lightning and power coming in. So definitely there's this spark happening, you know, but it's a very stabilized. These are all two power cards right next to very solid solid foundations. So you're getting a lot of flow, you're getting a lot of stuff that's flying into your life, a lot of power, a lot of energy, but it's not an out of control. It feels very guided, very calm, very flowing. So I like that. All right, and let's take a look here. So it says, we see power all around us. It's in the mountains, the meadows, and the clouds. In fact, in every expression of nature. Yet there isn't a more dramatic display of nature's power than lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere such that when the heated air comes rushing together, we hear thunder, the applause of the gods. Lightning sharpens our senses and triggers fear and awe. We see these forked beams of brilliant light jump from the sky, and our instinctual vigilance is triggered in anticipation of the roar that follows. We naturally seek shelter from the storm or are grateful that we already been sheltered. This demonstration of the power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world. When we witness nature's power with open hearts and minds, we see that it is neither destructive nor constructive. It simply is. And the message that comes in the card here says, the power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiries. So how are you going to use these during the month of July, this power? Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decision or action. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force. And by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to assess this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Yeah. So you definitely have all this power that's coming in here. Powerful energy. It feels, I don't know, just like it's stable yet very powerful. I don't know how to say it differently yet, but we'll take a look here. We've got the mental energy here of the suit of air, the sword suit. And these are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations, your mental adventure during the month of July. So let's take a look here and see. What do they want you to know? Cancer signs about your... All right, I do want this one here. And you've got the Five of Swords. So here is a battle between the head and the heart that's been going on. I like the 5 coming in because the 5 is a transitionary, transformative energy. So you start off the month feeling kind of out of sorts, where you're, that all this power is up against fear, right? This emotional, powerful energy that's coming in is fighting against the stories of the mind. And there's this clarity that comes in, that's transformation, that as you see things from a higher perspective and see this power is coming in on purpose, for a purpose, you're not afraid of it. You're not feel you have to direct it where everyone else is telling you to. You're really stepping into your own and standing on your own here with all of that. And we'll also pull here from the numerology cards. Let's see what else they have here for you for this mental energy. All right, we have this one here too. We got financial discipline, and I'm going to bring in to this financial, it's like the second house in astrology, even though it is about abundance and it is about, money and that type of thing. It's also about self-worth, and I feel like there's self-worth discipline coming in here, and with this power coming in, I can see where we might be like, do I deserve this? Surely this isn't meant for me. And it is, it definitely is. And this is about you stepping into this worthiness discipline, because this card indicates a need for, I'm going to change it up here. This card indicates a need for worthiness discipline if you wish to build a strong foundation for your future. You're constantly surrounded by opportunities to attract abundance and worthiness. However, you must follow up with action if you wish to see results. Setting the intention to be worthy and feeling worthy, and then taking appropriate steps, such as putting a little money aside each week, is enough to shift your vibration towards the outcome you desire. Perhaps you've been spending money on unnecessary things, giving your worthiness away rather than saving for your dream. Maybe a play now, pay later mentality has left you living on credit or in debt. Perhaps it seems that money goes out faster than it comes in. Whatever the case may be, you're being encouraged to adopt an attitude of abundance. Seek financial advice, budget, and attend a workshop, or read a book about creating wealth or about creating worthiness. Because that's what this whole life is. It's a journey of worth, right? In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to be financially disciplined and strong. Since like attracts like in this magnetic vibrational world, and you attract what you are, you need to have a healthy relationship with money to bring it into your life. Abundance is a state of mind, so eliminate any limiting beliefs that are blocking your financial flow. With a positive attitude and discipline, you can create financial security and abundance. Yeah, you got the Wheel of Fortune here. So the affirmation card is, the universe is abundant and I am finally stable and secure. So I do like that energy coming in here. of this worthiness. It's the transformation of these thoughts and beliefs about what you deserve. Here's the power, here's the abundance, the fullness of life coming in. But really looking at that is important. And then we move into the final suit of cups, the element of water, which represents emotion. So this will be your emotional adventure. This is your sign, of course, element. Being a Cancer sign, it's water. So this is not anything scary. You've lived here your entire life. So you're like, oh, yeah. I can go swimming here. So they want this one right here. And you've got the Six of Cups. Yeah, this nostalgia, this childhood, this past life connection that comes in here. So there is this interesting, with all of this power coming in, I feel like it has a lot to do with past life connections, about the journeys that you've been on, who you were in the past, and realizing that this is one small piece of a big jigsaw puzzle of a lot of different lifetimes. There's also this energy here with the Six of Cups that goes back to like your worthiness, what you were taught when you were growing up as a child about what you deserve. It's sitting there in the past here too. It's between your inner child and yourself. So it's something to look into too, about what is it, who was it that you had to do so much or do something for and got very little back. How was that changed or defined your rate of exchange here in the past, and how can you transform that as well? So I like that for you, because that's a key to your transformation. All right. And then your final card here is going to be the Celebration of Love, and it's your last card for this reading. So it could represent more about the water and your emotional side, or a wild card, whatever else Spirit wants you to know here about the month of July. All right. So for Cancer signs, not all those. Right. Cards are they're either slippery or they're just flying all over the place today. All right. So here's your card. And you've got Wisdom, Dream Flight. Beautiful card here. Let's put that right here. And let's see what wisdom brings you here. So this image celebrates the ability to see the beauty and positive aspects of all challenges, right? Everything happens for us. It calls us to respect them as teachers, find and understand the lesson, and become a better person because of them. So take an inventory of the personal challenges and obstacles that you have faced and look at them through the eyes of pure honesty. What have you learned from each of these? Did you become bitter or better because of it? If you have become bitter because of something, you can now, in this moment, choose to recommit to become better because of it. You can. And then your special message for this card is you are being inspired to hold a more positive image about yourself, what you do, and who you are. You are a divine being of light and love. Remember that, and most of all, be that. Wow. That definitely is this powerful energy about remember the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being you really are, and share that with the world. Whether it is through speech or just being yourself and sharing that. I love that for you. But yeah, so a month of power, of realizing everything unfolds for you, not to you, and that there is a purpose behind it all. But I feel like there's this big energy coming in, but there's a lot of stability that's below the surface too. It doesn't feel all helter-skelter and everywhere. It just feels very full, but also very structured, if that makes sense. But I love this energy for you, and that's what they have for you, all you Cancer signs, for the month of July. And if you're looking for more messages of love from above, there's a few things that you can do. First of all, you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. That does tell me that you enjoy the content, but it also tells YouTube that you are, and it'll bring more of that similar content. Other thing you do is click that subscribe button. That does give you access to the notification bell. And if you go in there and hit the all setting, then you'll be notified when any new videos come out on my channel, as well as when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, you become part of the love tsunami when you either like, share, comment on anime videos, subscribe to my channel, even becoming one of my YouTube channel members. Doing any of those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, happy, excited, wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm ever so grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings and other services. All that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful soul, as you're going through this journey, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there and take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.